So today a new trailer has dropped, and it's for Aliens Fireteam Elite. It's a game I've not even heard of. I didn't know it was coming, but the early impressions seem to be good. People are likening it to Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, which is great for me because they are games that I really enjoyed. I love Horde mode shooters. I've played all the ones I can get my hands on. So if you can get Left 4 Dead 2 in the Alien universe, I'm sold. Just give me big, massive hordes. Just give me swarms of aliens charging me. Defenders of the Marines. Maybe get some Predators in there. I think a co-op Predator against aliens could be really interesting as well. And what we know about it so far is that it has 20 enemy types, 11 different xenomorphs, and these go through the evolutionary scale from facehuggers to Praetorians. Now, there are different ways to do a horde shooter. You do have the Left 4 Dead and the Back 4 Blood, where it's just really charging you with as many enemies as possible. Payday 3 had a similar thing. Those are all games that I really like. First person, massive hordes of enemies. And then you've got the other sort where Vermintide also did hordes, but it was more melee focused. I wasn't as keen on that. I really want to shoot people. Now, whether the 40k Vermintide one is going to be more range-based, so that would be more at my street. And then the other one is the Rainbow Six. Is it Extraction? Extinction? Something like that. It's not hordes. So I don't think that I'll like that as much. That seems to be focused more on slow clearing. So more like the stealth area of Payday 2. Now, it focuses more on abilities and skills and items. So you have bigger enemies and there's less of them, and you have to use certain tactics to get past them without triggering everything else. And it almost seemed like if you triggered the horde mode, you kind of failed the map, and that's something you shouldn't be doing. That's not really me. I just like charging around and shooting things. I want them all after me. I want as many of them as possible after me. I'm not really into this whole stealth strategy stuff. So I can't see aliens and the environment of aliens being part of the thing where, no, we're only going to do you one or two, and you're going to have to be really stealthy. I think this is going to be blood, gore, and in fact, just looking at the very first second, it's got a blood and gore, strong language, violence warning, so that's always a good sign for a game and a movie. So with that, let's get into it. Let's see what it's like. I think the alien environment and the alien world could be really good for this kind of setting. So I have high hopes. I just hope they do it right. Okay, it's already looking cool. A very fast cuts. Hopefully, the action. Yes. Always the start of alien films. We come on a spaceship to an alien planet, and then there they are. So, at least they're going with the cliche. It's like the hive warren, the nest. Okay, you're in some kind of old base that they've taken over. Looks cool. That's a big gun. Relentlessly fight for survival. That's gotta be hordes. Oh, when they come down the pillars and stuff. Customize your fire team. How many of them? So there's 3-man fire team. Huge, big, massive chain gun type things. Then the audio in Aliens have always been cool. They can run. Come on. Oh, that's something I haven't seen before. Them coming across the ceiling, down the pillars. They could dive on you. It's sort of like Left 4 Dead 2 vibes. He looks cool. You can punch them as they grab you out of the air. I want more enemies. More hordes. More hordes. Wait, was that a cover shooter? Is it a third-person cover shooter? 24th of August this year. Right. Right. Bit to process there because it was all looking great until the end. Now, things I like. I like the environment. Everything looks good. Graphic looks decent. The environment's awesome. The scenes where they're coming down the pillars and running across the ceilings and stuff, that all looks cool. That could be really immersive. Have you got hordes of enemies and they're just literally coming down a tunnel on all 4 walls, like ceiling, sides, the floor, everything. There's just a massive pile. That would look incredible. But I'd want that in first person. This has to be first person. The entire alien environment is trying to get you to be immersed in it. It's a horror game. And so if you're not involved in the environment, if you're separated from it, because third person is like watching somebody else play. There's never a situation in real life where I'm looking at the back of my own head. So staring at the back of someone's head isn't something that I can identify with, for the simple fact that that's literally an impossible scenario for me to be. So it'll always feel like I'm separated from the action. And I don't want to be separated from the action. I want to be in it. I want to be immersed in the game. So I'm not a fan of third person. If they give you the choice and you can do first or third, fine. The other one is cover shooter. Cover shooter for a Horde co-op, like a cover mode for a Horde co-op shooter, is a very weird choice. Because the idea is that swarms will be attacking you on all sides, so you should be constantly moving around. You'll need to back up, circle, strafe the lot to get through it and survive. Cover shooters are the exact opposite. They make you fixed in a location. They implant you in a space behind a wall. It would be far better if they just gave you a crouch button. You know, there's some cover. I crouch. Now I'm behind the cover. But this still gives you the same movement, the freedom of movement. You're not stuck to a surface like you get in cover shooters. I've never really been a fan of them. If it's in a game, I just don't use it. So, what do I like? What do I don't? Environment looks awesome. Aliens look awesome. 11 different types of xenomorphs. 20 different enemy types. Great. We didn't see too many hordes. Like, at no point did you see as many aliens as there as you might see zombies in Left 4 Dead. So, that could just be a trailer thing. I'm hoping they do up the number of enemies, and the more the better, as far as I'm concerned when it comes to these kind of games. But all of that has potential, and I think it could be a fun little shooter. But I want first person, and I don't know what this cover mechanic is, but I'm not a fan. As long as there's first person in it, I can probably get past the cover shooter bit because I just won't use it. But if it's third, that's a big downside for me. That's not what I want in this kind of game at all. But the rest looks good, and 24th of August is coming out. I do have I'm hopeful. We'll say that. There's enough that I want to find out more information about it before I make a final judgment. But I think it's a good idea, and I think there definitely could be a good game here, depending on which roads they go down. So, that's it for me. If you liked the video, press like, subscribe for more, and hit the notification bell to be notified of those videos in the future. Let me know what you thought about in the comments down below. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? What is your favorite co-op shooter? Let me know, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.